They should be in game number 2 here. And if the game's going this long, it leads me to believe that Matthew Vook's probably doing okay.
Probably, yeah.
I see a couple of copies of Chalice of the Void. I see also an active copy of Neither Reliquary. I see a lot of cards there in David Long's graveyard, so it sounds like he's gone through quite a few. He's got that Dark Depths out there on 10 counters. And we make sure our life totals look good here, but it looks like Vook's got 2 copies of Wasteland on the battlefield, so making it 20/20 in the face of that is very difficult unless a Needle gets involved. And then we do want to check the what the numbers are on the Chalice of the Void, because them both being on 0 is a little strange. Both are on 0. I am curious as to how that happens. It sounds like, okay, one was Hexmage. That would make some sense. That would make some sense. Dark Confidant going to come down here.
I mean, if you really want to get Mox Diamond, I guess, but that seems...
seems a tad bit aggressive.
Yeah, seems like a lot.
We'll head back over to David Long now, who, again, is in some trouble at this stage. The Knight of the Reliquary is pretty large. Dark Confidant just came down. 2 Wastelands in the face of that Dark Depths means it's going to be tough to activate. Let's see what this is going to be. David Long wants to check his sideboard here.
Zenith for 3, perhaps?
Here's a Zenith. We'll see what this is going to dig up. Tireless Tracker. That's fun. Maybe a clue on the way now. I think this will be here to chump block the Knight of the Reliquary and make it so that David Long gets to play at least one more turn.
Still doing anything productive in the face of the 2 Wastelands is going to be a real challenge.
I agree with you. Knight of the Reliquary is the reveal. Vook's going to fall down to 11. He'll draw another card.
I believe the draw step was Caracas, which is, just one more impossibility here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's got Punishing Fire in the graveyard, too?
Sure.
Okay. There's the Caracas. There's the P-Fire. And here is what might be a game-winning attack. And he can always Wasteland himself if he needs to. Okay, fair enough. Matthew Vook's going to win game number 2 here against David Long. 4-color Loam Golgari decks. They're all tied up. They're all tied up. Let's go to the sideboards here. So you've seen Long quite a bit this weekend. Got an idea of what his main deck looks like. That sideboard, 3 Dreaded Knight, 2 Surgical Extractions, 2 Green Sun Zenith, 2 Duress. The tracker's obviously in the deck. You see Liliana, the Last Hope, Gaddock, Dried Arbor, Caracas, and Pithing Needle. I have to imagine the Needle's in the deck, too, because of Wasteland. What do you like here besides... And the Zenith. At least one Zenith is in. So what do you like?
I think the Green Sun Zenith package, the Caracas, the Needle, and the Surgical Extractions. So a lot to sideboard in here.
Yeah, a lot of options here. The Surgicals actually are pretty good, too, because this 4-color Loam deck obviously uses its graveyard. It is based around Life from the Loam. 4 Leyline of the Void, 2 Golgari Charm, 2 Thalia Guardian of Thraben, 2 Swords of Plowshares, a Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale, a Johnny Vengeant, Garruk Relentless, Liliana the Last Hope, and a Reclamation Sage here from Matthew Vook. Anything there?
I mean, if you think the game's going to go on a little bit longer, you can justify the Planeswalkers. The Swords to Plowshares is reasonable interaction with the combo, but not a matchup for Leyline of the Void, not for Tabernacle, and I don't think for Golgari Charm either.
Well, that will get us ready here for our 3rd and final game between David Long and Matthew Vook. Winner going to play against Jonathan Rossum. And if you're cool, you can win one of these and get one of these at go.starcitygames.com/pre-release, because I want you to find an exclusive pre-release near you next weekend to go play some Guilds of Ravnica, baby. It's going to be an awesome pre-release, an awesome set, and you can get this Meals on Steel playmat. Exclusive playmat available at participating stores next weekend, September 29th and 30th. Register today. Go.starcitygames.com/pre-release. Find the pre-release near you and get this sweet playmat. Whew. John Rossum doing his thing, dude.
Easy. An easy day 2.
It really is.
Kind of curious what happened on day 1 now.
Yeah, me too.
6-3 with some buys. Surprising.
Yeah. Especially with that deck.
Yeah.
I think that deck's very good. I really do. I think it's beatable. But, you know, you just got... I think... And I actually think that, like, Long is probably good against it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Dark Depths is a hole for that deck.
Yeah, a lot of the removal just doesn't work. Deck's very fast.
Nice push and bolt. You're dead. Dark Depths might be the answer to these control decks right now, and we're just where this metagame's at. David Long has made it look pretty easy. Though this matchup, this one might be tough.
Right. I'm not surprised that we're on a game 3 here with Long having gotten the first one and Vook having gotten game number 2.
Yeah.
I think that the sideboard here that Vook has a little bit more Merit Lage interaction. And David Long kind of has to, because he's playing against cards like, you know, Maze of Ith, Swords of Plowshares, and so forth, he kind of has to slow the deck down a little bit. Because his fast draw of just, you know, put Merit Lage into play on the second turn, Matthew has a lot of really good responses to that. So he's got to play more of a value game, and I think his deck is less effective in that kind of role than it is just putting Merit Lage on the table on the first, second, third turn.
Sure. Well, we're going to be underway here in game number 3 in just a moment. David Long's ready. Matthew Vook's about to be. And these players will take a look at their opening hands in just a moment. Again, winner's going to play Jonathan Rossum. And we'll see who we crown a champion here. $5,000, 30 SCG points, and invite to that Season 2 Invitational at SCGCon. A couple months from now. Magic's starting to get pretty busy here, too, partner. We got next weekend, we got the pre-release. Weekend after that, we'll be doing a little release weekend in Columbus. And we'd go to Philly after that, but unfortunately we can't. Event is canceled, but there's a Grand Prix in Denver that you and I will be winning a few matches, hopefully.
Hopefully. I don't know.
Let's aim for 500.
I'm hoping to have a good time.
Yeah, I think we will. Inquisition of Kozilek here. Oh, the Maze of Ith is already in hand. And the Caracas, too. Jeez, that's easy.
This is a tough hand here for Long.
Whew. Man. Dark Confidant, Knight of the Reliquary, Abrupt Decay, Mox Diamond, Caracas, Maze of Ith, and Windswept Heath. That's a tough hand.
It's almost like you can ignore the Knight because he already drew all the good lands.
Yeah. That's the thing that's going to kill you. I'm trying to think of what you're supposed to take.
I don't. Again, I'm actually not joking around about the thing with the Knight of the Reliquary. I think you probably have to take the Dark Confidant if you don't have a way to kill it.
I was weirdly leaning towards the Mox Diamond, but I think that's just wrong. It's like you can't mana screw him, really.
Yeah, if the hand had less mana, then maybe, but.
There's a Mox. All right, discarding the Maze.
Did he draw Loam?
Must have. Maybe Matthew just feels that Caracas is better at handling the problem because it taps for mana?
I mean, if he just wants to play a turn 2 Knight, I think that's fine.
Yeah. Suppose he can always adjust too, right?
Yeah.
There's Misty Rainforest. Long will pass the turn back, so Vook's going to draw. Play Caracas. I don't think there's any way for Long to make a 20/20 right now.
No, he can loam. He can crop rotate rather, but he has no way to get the counters off.
Yeah.
When Hex Mage or Thespian Sage is in the equation, then that has to be on your radar as a possibility. But from this position, Long is not threatening a Merit Lage.
Yeah. So Vook's going to sacrifice that fetch land, fall down to 19, now play another Reliquary. This would be a good spot for Long to have an Abrupt Decay. At least try to slow down the Knight. He's going to sacrifice a fetch. I guess what Long's going to try to do here, and this is why his sideboard might be good, is he's going to try to play maybe a game where we go a little bit longer with Tireless Tracker.
Yeah, I mean, this is the argument for having a Green Sun Zenith style package like he does, is post board playing against this level of anti-merit Lage Hate. He might not be able to win very frequently with the combo.
Yeah, this
it might be incidental, like, there's going to be random spots where he can stick it, but for the most part, he has to just play like a green and black card sort of game.
Yeah, this might be the most Merit Lage Hate that Long has played against all weekend long.
Yep.
You got to remember, his record coming into the top 8 was 12-1-2. He made this look pretty easy all weekend. Okay. Thoughtseize will show you Swords, Abrupt Decay, Vindicate. It's good to have the info.
I mean, if you take the Swords out of this hand and can blow up the Caracas,
You're fine.
that's another path.
Yep. All right. Swords of Selection makes some sense. Land. Bob. Okay. So it forces the hand to have Matthew kill this. Okay.
Okay. Totally normal draw.
Yeah. That was brutal.
And now Long's under a lot of pressure to get the game over with before Liliana's ultimate takes over.
Jeez.
Start tapping through, and it's like, yeah, I guess he has to vindicate it, sure.
That was okay. So here's another. I mean, that was brutal. Long will Abrupt Decay that Liliana pass the turn back. Vook has Abrupt Decay, Vindicate, and he's going to Vindicate a land here. He's going to take care of the stage. It's pretty aggressive use of Vindicate, but I kind of like it.
Well, there isn't a whole lot in Long's deck to vindicate from this spot, and one of the ones that you would consider as a target, Tireless Tracker, isn't good if Long is stuck on mana, and you still have the Abrupt Decay left over. I think Vook is probably aware that his position is certainly good right now, but it's by no means a lock, and he has to try to pin Long's resources and get the game over with because he can't lean on Caracas the whole way.
Ooh. All right, so there's a Sylvan Scrying for a Wasteland to take care of that Caracas. Now the fear now, of course, is if Vook draws a copy of Life from the Loam.
But from the other side of this, if you're in Vook's position, for all the hate you drawn, it might not be good enough. I mean, if Long's leftovers are a Dark Depths and a Vampire Hexmage, he's got it, and he knows you have no response as your hand is currently constituted.
The Zenith. So that's going to be for Dried Arbor. All right. He'll pass a turn back. Long will draw. Does Long have it all? Duress you. See if we can get our eyes on Vook's hand. I don't know if he's laid it out on the side of the screen, but if he can lay it out. There we go. So he's going to lose Decay. He's left with P-Fire. Okay. P-Fire very beatable. And the fear here is Loam.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Ghost Quarter is also really bad.
Yeah. Pass the turn back. Man, Vook's got a lot of hate.
Yeah. A lot of really good draws.
Oof. Okay. Liana. Mox Diamond and Punching Fire the discards. All right.
Yep. Long's deck is not really good at drawing multiple cards a turn, and we're hitting the point where one at a time is not going to do it.
There's a Decay. Drew a Wasteland. My goodness, if David Long can fight through this.
Yeah, I think the hope here now with the Wasteland is you can Wasteland into the Ghost Quarter and maybe crop rotate in response to whatever it does with the Ghost Quarter. You still need to draw some more combo pieces for all this to amount to anything.
Well, neither Reliquary. Now, Long has a crop rotation in his hand. I I just...
So if you, there's no. Now that he's drawn the land though, to go along with it, if his last card is crop rotation, he can still try to spike. Get rid of the ghost quarter, crop rotate in response, hope draw a missing piece. Although maybe now that's impossible with the knight being.
With the active knight, I don't think so.
Well, does he have anything? Does he have anything left to go get? Because he's already gone through the Caracas and the Mazavith.
Wasteland.
Okay, sure. Yep. Then never mind.
Yeah.
Then Long's got to sit tight.
And Long's already used 3 decays.
Yeah. He's running out.
Okay, so an attack with the Dried Arbor, I think. And let's see what this is going to be. Yeah, it's... Yep. And remember what Vook did when we joined the last game? We came over and we saw 2 wastelands in the battlefield.
Just set up multiple pieces
I think that's what he's trying to do. He's just like, I'm going to do this. I'll set up a wasteland, or maybe I'll set up 2 wastelands in a ghost quarter, and then I'll start attacking you.
Yep.
And there's no way out then. Let's see what this is. All right.
And still, he's not in any rush here. Maybe he'll attack if he knows he has it locked up next turn for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still, just
sitting. I like the way he's playing this a lot.
Yeah, he can convert one of those duels into a wasteland and untap and just one-hit him.
Yep,
with
so much knights.
So much cover.
Yeah. And I think Vook understands his role here in this matchup, which is all I have to do is make sure I don't lose, and then I win. And so he's building up this battlefield here with the wasteland and the ghost quarter to basically make sure he doesn't get cheesed out of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's the other wasteland. Yeah.
These knights, I'm counting the graveyard right now. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands in there, and he has a ghost quarter and wastelands to spare here. So if Vook wants it, he can have a lethal attack, and Long just doesn't have that many cards in his hand.
Yep. He's doing the count too right now. It looks like 5 lands: a Heath, a Caracas, a Maze, the Dried Arbor, and a Bayou. So it looks like there's 7 sevens, and they could very easily become much bigger than that. And there isn't anything that he really needs to worry about now that... I think Long has just 1 card in hand.
It's multiple crop rotations, and even then, you have the 2 wastelands, the ghost quarters, and you can also respond with your own knights.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like Vook is saying, all right, I'm going to wasteland your wasteland. Actually, I think he's going to wasteland his Bayou. Okay. Yeah, this is lethal attack.
Yep. It's a 16 coming across.
Yeah, love it. Love the way he played this game. Sometimes he draw steps to be sure, but his entire deck is just this hate-filled machine.
Yep. And he still had moments of being vulnerable.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like he just... It was not totally hopeless from Long's position here, but once Long missed a couple windows, then the positioning became overwhelming.
So Long's going to float some black mana with the Wooded Foothills and play a crop rotation. I'm curious to see what he's going to go grab in this spot. He's going to go get Bojuka Bog. Okay.
Sure. But that's a win for Vook here.
Yeah, I mean, this is Long out of cards now.
And still, you still have the Wasteland and the Ghost Quarter up.
Yeah. So instead of a lethal attack, it's just going to be an attack for 4. Long's going to fall down to 11. Again, I would be impressed if Long is able to work himself through this. What is this? Okay. Well, how about another knight? Unless he can do something better than that, which I can't imagine. Whew. Thoughtseize. Nice. That's going to do it. Wow, Matthew Vook going to win this match here over David Long. 2-1. 4-color loam, just too much for Long to overcome. And for David Long, who was the #1 overall seed for a lot of this tournament, 12-1-2 through the Swiss.